Hello everybody and welcome to today's video. I really want to talk about stuff versus experiences when it comes to living a more minimalist lifestyle. If you're new here, my name is Leah. I'm uploading videos twice a week about minimalism and sustainable living. If you're interested in these topics, consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. And now let's get started. Normally, when you start living a more minimalist lifestyle, you will declutter your items and you will have less and less and less items. Even though maybe some minimalists have more items than other people that don't consider themselves being a minimalist, but that is really nothing we should worry about. Minimalism comes with less items. And a lot of people say, own less, experience more, have less items, but do more, go on adventures, spend your time not on items, but on exploring, on traveling, on things like that. But also I think we should really think about if minimalism doesn't also apply to how we spend our time. I don't want to say you should have less stuff, less experiences, more boring life, but I do think we should ask ourselves what these two things have to do with each other and how they influence each other and what we actually want to have. For myself, minimalism has a lot to do with owning less things in order to be able to do more, to experience more, to travel more, to maybe also spend more money on the things that are important to me. But for other people, minimalism has more to do with living a slow life, with not doing that many things, with just being very, very intentional with what you surround yourself with. That really also counts for experiences. Maybe you don't want to fly anymore because of the environmental impact, or maybe you don't want to surround yourself with crowds of people because you just don't feel good in being surrounded by so many people. Also, I think by just shifting the perspective of I want to have so many things to I want to experience so many things, it can happen that actually not really that much changes, because we can fill the void of things with experiences. If we do so many courses, so many crazy activities, doesn't actually mean that we will have the benefits of minimalism. Now, I do want to say that everybody can use minimalism for whatever they want. So you can downsize your stuff to travel around the world. But also a lot of people say, yeah, travel to the farthest away place possible and you will find yourself. But usually that is not true. And that is also not true with minimalism. Not just getting rid of stuff doesn't mean you will find yourself, because now you really know who you are, because you know what stuff is important to you. It can help. Both of these things, I think, can help. It can help to travel the world to figure out what you want from life. It can help to downsize your possessions to figure out what is really important to you. Even though there are pros and cons, and both are not the initial solution to all your problems, I want to point out one thing. Life, for me, is experience. Life is an experience. Accumulating stuff is an experience. Decluttering your stuff is an experience. Life in general is something that you can't completely plan. Life is something that happens to you, that you can shape and form to what you want it to be, but life will always be an experience that we live through the time we have on this planet. And so I think when knowing this, we can think about if the items we own, or if in general our possessions, will make the experience of life better. The only things that do help me and is things that are that don't distract me, that don't take away from that experience, that are aligned with my values, that go in the same direction that I go with my life as an experience. That is maybe just a way of looking at minimalism, because for me that means that you are allowed to declutter things, to buy new things, that you are allowed to exchange items, that you are allowed to upgrade items. So that is something that a lot of people don't like about minimalism, or say that it's not okay to just buy another item if you have one that is perfectly fine to use. But I think if you look at it from that perspective, it is fine. If you can buy a better item, if you can have an item that helps you more in that experience of life, then you can exchange it, because the item should not be, the item should just help you. It shouldn't be something on its own. It's just there to help you. But on the other hand, that does also mean that there is no reason to have an item just because you want to have it for the sake of owning it. Because usually that wouldn't make your experience of life any better. Of course, if you have a piece of art that makes you so happy looking at it every day, then maybe it does make your experience better. Then maybe it's worth having it, even though you have to like take it through the journey of your life. But for me, that picture also reminds me of the reason why I want to have so few items, because I just don't want to spend my time caring for them, because I want to be able to see myself as a human being moving through this experience of life with the fewest distractions and the fewest like burden possible. So I want to remove all excess stuff from my life. I want to remove things that I just have because it's nice to have them. I want to remove just everything that doesn't add to the experience of my life. And maybe it is a bit romantic, or it is a bit like millennial style. I want to have the perfect life. I deserve to be happy. But I think you deserve to be happy. I also think it's not okay to ruin the planet just for you to have the perfect items. So I think we have to consider our surroundings when exchanging our items. I think we can't like change our idea of our own lives every 2 days and with that exchange all the items we own. I still think we have to be very careful and very mindful when it comes to curating the items you have for your life. But since life is an experience, we can really like, the value of stuff is so minor. We don't have to keep stuff. It's weighing us down. So I do think we have to be very conscious about our items, not only because we have to make sure that we're not destroying our planet by trying to live our life, because if you're destroying our planet, our foundation to have a good experience on this planet is destroyed. But also I am aware that I can't live through my items. I can only live in my body. My clothes do help me keep this body warm, but I can't live better because I have different kinds of clothing. It's still only my body. All the items around my body are just helping it maybe move from one place to another or be more comfortable. But I can't live through my items. My items on their own are not something that adds to the quality of my life. So spending too much time thinking about our items, buying the most expensive items to surround ourselves with, won't bring us happiness. I think it is very important to see our stuff just as things that are useful to help us going through life, to help us having a good experience. But also I think it is very important to have good items, because if they keep you back, like something that isn't working properly, like something that does just take more time that it gives you, then it's really time to exchange that item. It shouldn't hold us back. It should just help us. And of course we have to be mindful, but items should help us. And there is no reason for an item to be around if it's not useful to us or if it doesn't make us happy. And in the end, we will all die. And the time we spend thinking about our stuff, buying our stuff, decluttering our stuff, won't be the things that we will remember as our best memories. The best memories, I think, are the times where we don't have to think about stuff, where we don't have to think about what kind of clothes we are wearing, to not make ourselves dirty, to just everything connected to managing stuff is not, I think, the experiences that will be the best memories in the future. So I encourage myself to focus less on stuff, to focus more on experiences, but also to be mindful, to not just see experiences as the new stuff to consume, to burden myself with. I want to experience life in a mindful and beautiful way if possible. And I want the items I have in my life to help me have that good experience, and I want to care for them because I still think we should care about the resources, but also I don't want to be attached to them because my feelings for these items will not help me in my life. I would be very interested what you think about these topics, or if you think that it's just a super crazy, special, strange thought I had there, or if you can relate to that. Thank you so much for watching, and if you're interested in seeing more videos, check out these right here, and until next time, bye!